And then, oh, no, we need to fix that.
Oh, shoot.
Can we edit that?
Not on the fly, I don't think.
No, click it. We might be able to.
Edit? Where?
Well, where's the rest of the screen? You have to make it big, right? Make the screen big? Yeah, I click that. And then fix that.
That's what I did?
No, this one. And then that.
Okay.
There we go. And then hit save.
Do you feel better now?
Yes. And yeah, it'd just be nice so we could both see the screen.
I know. I was just making sure everything was moving there. That's all.
Okay, and then let's check it on the phone.
We should be good now, and then you want to be able to see.
It's so frustrating.
Well, that's okay. It's live, baby. It's live. That happens.
Well, every other time.
You know what happened back in the day when they would do live TV? There would be always, this is we're back to that day. We went full circle technology.
There we go. Okay,
it's all
so
good. This isn't some kind of like
chat.
No one's life
Hey
depends.
guys.
No one's life depends on this show, so I think you could give
And
yourself
then there
a
was
slack.
sound, says Maureen. Well, I just wanted to make sure it was running fine. It just drives me nuts when...
It's okay, but it's not the end of the world.
I understand that.
There are
I didn't
other
say
things
it was
going on
the end
in
of
the world that are
yeah.
way worse than you not having any sound.
I totally understand that. I totally understand that.
Can we all live our lives from this day on understanding that?
I just wanted to make sure we're good moving forward.
It'll be fine. It's fixable as it is now. Again.
This is every day.
Well, because I tend to let things, just
and
I
get really like.
Why?
Like I don't know. I get stressed.
But this is the worst it's going to get for you today. No audio on a thing.
I'm not saying that it was.
It's okay.
Then you're taking it to another level that I wasn't going to do. So. All right, let's just move up forward. All right. Hey guys, we're starting up our podcast, Living the Scream, behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. And you're on the Mummy and the Monkey YouTube channel. The previous video where we didn't have sound, I will be deleting later. So I apologize about that. Just a little technicality. We had to go in and reboot something, and now we're good.
And that's why they invented the word glitch, because they happen. Mistakes happen. It's okay.
And Tom says, I just noticed that Janet has the same hairdo as Tura Satana.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, she was an awesome actress. Yeah, I trim my things a little bit, so you guys notice all those details. Yeah, trim my hair is just a little bit here. A little bit shorter than what I usually do.
All right. Well, everybody, welcome to another episode of
Living the Scream. Yes, the behind the scenes of the Mummy and the Monkey. We are resellers.
By day.
By day. We are horror hosts by night.
Friday nights, usually.
Usually Friday nights. Yeah, most Friday nights. Here on our YouTube channel, where we dress in character and we host a cheesy B movie with funny sound effects, and we do prize giveaways, and it's a lot of fun.
Indeed it is, and looking forward to this Friday night, which is only 2 nights away from tonight, which is cray, because I haven't got one thing done on the movie yet. But you know me, I don't need much time. I can whip those things out like no other. And the movie we got that you found, or that actually our friend 42nd Street Pete found for us.
Yes. So we're going to talk about Mummy and Monkey first?
Yeah.
Let's just do that. We're going to flip
you want to flip the script?
Let's flip the script here.
Okay, why not?
So we're going to talk about the Mummy and the Monkey first.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, and the movie for this Friday is called The Flame Barrier from 1958.
Which sounds like a feature for something like it does like a firewall or now if you get this here stove, this here Olester stove, it has 4 burners and a flame barrier. It sounds like a feature on a oven.
It does. It sounds like like something that would be on an appliance. But no, it is an actual movie title. And yeah, thanks to 42nd Street Pete's movie knowledge. He is a friend of ours, and he has his own YouTube channel, 42nd Street Pete.
When useless knowledge becomes useful, because we have a Dickens of a time finding things to show on our program.
Yes,
that
our
program that are actually viable via YouTube. Yeah, because they're very obvious. It's not YouTube, okay? It's YouTube is a platform, obviously, as you know, or you might not know, that where original content is protected, and that's good because anybody out there that creates music, video, anything, whatever it might be, that's protectable and it belongs to you. You can, I guess, somehow register it with YouTube. That's something, I guess.
Well,
I'm not really
without
clear on,
going into all that stuff, we have to make sure the movies are okay to play on YouTube.
Right.
To sum it all up.
In layman's terms.
Yeah. And this movie is like really obscure, and it's.
I never heard of it.
You'll hear more about it Friday when I talk about the Snacktoids, but it was filmed very hastily.
Yay, my favorite kind.
And there's no like, it's funny. You guys will have to see it later, but it kind of makes Ed Wood look like
Ed Good.
More like Ed Good. There you go. Something like that.
The flame.
It's a cheesy one. It's a cheesy one.
They should remake that movie.
And I called it in the Facebook post the other day a blob clone type of movie, because you'll see at some point there is like a blob type of monster.
Interesting.
Some type of alien thing.
That is, if you're all familiar with what the Blob is initially, but yeah, it's a 1950s movie with Steve McQueen actually was in that movie. Mm-hmm. The Blob.
That's a great classic movie.
Oh, it's great. It's definitely one of those staples.
Beware of the blob, do. I don't know the words to that song, do.
Yes, Tom. Yeah, we understand. Yes, that Ed Wood is and was a genius. Is a genius.
We love Ed Wood.
Way over.
So great.
Under appreciated and marked as a bad movie maker, where this guy put his heart and soul into every movie he made. Well, maybe not every movie, but most of them he made. He really made, with all sincereness. Yeah. It wasn't.
It was made with a lot of heart.
Yes.
He was very passionate about his films. It was done so cheesy, but and he was way ahead of his time in regards to the Angora sweaters and the
Glenn, about the gender bending.
The Glenn or Glenda film, way ahead of his time, and he was
he was ahead of his time to actually do something with
like that
via a movie. There might not be that much stuff out there.
And that was the first movie to be of that nature.
Yeah, of a trans nature, which is, again, I mean, I don't know if it was just because he wanted to do it and didn't think anybody would care either way. Well, but again,
you have to imagine it was the 1950s, and if that was his lifestyle, imagine
totally
how.
It's still bad now, but
yeah, people can be judgy.
Yeah,
if you're different than them.
Yeah, but he made a whole movie. If you've never seen Glenn or Glenda, and I haven't seen that. I didn't see that until we watched on the Mads program. The guys from Mystery Science Theater 3000, the mad scientists, TV's Frank and Dr. Forrester. Trace Bayou and Frank Conniff, they have a show that comes on every once a month on Tuesday nights, and they riff movies.
Yeah, we watched it.
I've never seen it until then, and boy, I was blown away. I had no idea it went that in depth about the whole nature of men who cross-dress.
Yeah, I saw it on VHS. Like, I found it at a thrift store somewhere, and
you were a kid, huh?
When I was, maybe in high school, when I was starting to collect tapes.
I've heard of it, but
long ago.
Never ran into it because it wasn't a horror movie, so I really probably didn't hunt it down. But at the time,
yeah,
man, yeah, when you see it, you're like, wow, this is some pretty deep stuff for back then. I'm surprised that they even made it just because who would show it. I mean, in what theater?
It was very limited to what theaters would play.
It was interesting, but anyway,
let's check out some of the comments. Tom says, "How's Pete doing these days?" He's doing good. He's just taking care of his dogs. He has those big dogs he takes care of, and vet bills and all that. And when your beloved pets get a little bit older, they need a little more care. So yeah, he's just taking care of his dogs and working on more videos for his YouTube channel and doing more writing for maybe future books.
Yes.
So yeah, he's doing good. Just working on his creative efforts and things like that, and we check on him from time to time. Louis says Ed Wood was yes, he said he was.
You could say it. What are you ashamed?
He said he was a cross-dresser, right? Yes,
yes,
he was. I'm not ashamed. I'm just shortening the sentence.
By leaving out the most important word in there.
Yeah, he was. Some people say he might have been trans, but at that time, he used the term cross-dresser. He liked to wear women's clothes. So, we don't,
Would anybody wears a crucifix be a cross-dresser? Because you're wearing a cross.
It could have a different meaning. It could have multiple meanings.
There we go.
No harm. Excited to see it, says Maureen. Yeah, it's a cheesy movie. It's like a little over an hour, like an hour and 10 minutes, The Flame Barrier. And it was made in 1958, actually the same year as The Blob. Because I think The Blob came out in 1958.
I think so too.
So maybe, yeah, when The Blob came out and years after, there were like Blob clone type of movies.
Name another one.
Wasn't there one called The Stuff?
That was way later.
That was way later. But
what about Kaltiki?
Kaltiki, yes, that's
actually
another one. I was trying to remember the name of that one.
That's actually a really good movie, Kaltiki.
Tom says, can you show us Faster Pussycat Kill
No
Kill?
Russ Meyer, nothing that's good. We can't
No, because that is owned by whoever owns the movie now.
Well, Ship, we had an issue with, can you say that about with Werewolf of Washington? You know,
Oh, yeah. So, The Werewolf of Washington, we put it into YouTube like a few weeks ago, and it came out okay. Like, no notices or anything. But then when we live streamed it last Friday, a music studio claimed that they owned 40 seconds of some of the background noise.
Yeah.
So, I'm trying to, like, cut that 40-second spot out or mute it, and YouTube right now isn't letting me. So the ads are any ad revenue from that the music studio gets, which is fine because we have to play by the rules.
Yeah, Tom,
YouTube wasn't letting me cut that segment out.
There are a lot of movies, obviously, that we would love to show, and that any movie host would love to show.
Yeah,
but we can't show Werewolf of Washington. You're in trouble.
And there's a lot of other people on YouTube and all over the internet that have shared that movie. I think who actually owns it is kind of up in the air. I think there may have been a DVD release by a company, but
the problem with all this stuff, even with public domain stuff, and I say that with the air quotes, is that at some point anybody out there can claim they own something, and that seems to be the more often than not when we vet some of these movies, these public domain movies. Through YouTube prior to live streaming them, is that someone will claim they own, like you just said with Werewolf, like some obscure thing that's in the background, or
it's not
random.
Our YouTube channel is safe. You know, they're okay with it being there.
Yeah.
They just want the ad revenue.
Yeah. So
from that episode, whatever ads that play on that video, that studio gets it.
That's bullcrap, though.
Well. If it's theirs, then we have to go by the rules.
I know that. I'm just saying.
That is what it is.
Yeah, but there are people that claim stuff that they don't even own.
Well, this one looks like it could be legit.
Okay.
But when I ran the movie through a few weeks ago, nothing came up.
I want to know what this is.
We'll go on the screen later and I'll show you.
I want to see what this is. Yeah.
Is it expensive to pay for a movie you can show? So Louis, not too bad actually. We were talking with an independent filmmaker that has a few movies on Tubi. And we really liked one of them. One of them was a werewolf movie. Mm-hmm. And this person did say that for a nominal fee, we could host their movie on YouTube, and we could have it on YouTube for 1 month.
$1 million.
So I thought that was very reasonable and fair, considering that it's not like an Ed Wood type. It's a bigger budget, and they have a slightly bigger studio out west somewhere. So I'm like, well, considering that they have these accomplishments, I'm like, well, you know, that's pretty decent. So we might play, their films later on.
Yeah, we're looking for it. Oh, yeah. Bargain Barons are in the house.
Bargain Barons are here.
Thank you.
Thank you for the super chat. That's really sweet.
We love you. Thank you.
We love you. Robin, Karen, the Bargain Barons, other YouTube friends. So check out their channel when you guys have a minute. They find some amazing antiques, some creepy antiques too. I saw on Instagram, they shared Victorian mourning jewelry. Oh, wow. That had dead people's hair in it. Mm. It was jewelry made with dead people's hair.
Well, as opposed to live people.
Well, and it was a way to remember their dead relatives. And it was like a little memento.
Hair wreaths.
And at the time, it wasn't creepy to them because they didn't have much back in those days.
You know, I've never found anything like that out in the wild. Or that's maybe we could talk about that later.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about scavenging towards the second half. So
maybe I'll remember.
you know, a little bit more about the Mummy and the Monkey, and then we're going to go into the thrift and reselling side of things.
We got good show and tell today too. Show intel.
Jack Gray says, about 10 years ago, a YouTuber got a copyright claim because the machine gun noise in his playthrough was flagged as a jazz fusion tune. Oh, that's strange.
That's great.
That's very strange.
I could see that. Oh, jazz fusion. You never know. I mean,
freeform jazz.
We knew we were in trouble whenever our friend Jay Summers made a movie, The Revenge of the Spacemen. And I don't know the particulars, but he said he uploaded to YouTube and he got dinged for his own movie.
Yeah, it was his own music, his own movie.
You know, he owned the rights to the movie.
He owns the rights to everything.
Maybe not to some of the music in
there
directly.
But he obtained the rights to use the songs.
Correct.
And just uploading the trailer, I guess,
for
his own content got a ding.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. So there you go. It's it's still kind of cray out there, but it's.
But you know, you do the best you can, and there is a lot of good to YouTube. Mm-hmm. So
yes, we're liking it a lot better than Facebook for a bunch of different reasons, and most of it has to do with you out there not being kicked off of Facebook for a month.
Yeah,
for silly things.
We talked about this before, but to sum it up, in the past when we would stream on our Facebook page. People would comment on the movie like, "Oh, that zombie's ugly." They would go into Facebook jail for 30 days just for calling a zombie ugly.
Because it was some
just for commenting on the movie. They weren't even making fun of anyone.
In the chat.
They weren't like harming anybody. It was just they were having fun in the chat talking about the movie, and boom, Facebook threw them in jail.
That is crazy.
Like what?
No. Make no sense.
So that's why we have our chat moderators like Bobby, like Tom O, like the Bargain Barons, like Nora. So thank you guys. That way, if anyone says anything a little out of line, we could just
get them out of here.
Maybe remove the comment, but they're not going to get kicked out of YouTube.
Right.
You know, they're not going to lose their account. And that's why we like the YouTube chat so much better. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it just took some adjusting for most of the fans to get used to it that were used to just going on our Facebook page and chatting.
Right. Sorry, I'm just so comfortable on camera now. I just pick things and wipe things. I don't care anymore. Oh
I think I had cat hair on my face from kissing Earl.
Oh.
Because my face was itchy here, so I keep touching my face.
I'm sorry, I'm a little fidgety. I just am by nature.
I am too. We fidget.
Yeah.
But okay, so the Mummy and the Monkey, we're getting ready for our spring appearances.
Yes.
We have 2 big appearances this spring and then a third appearance where we might go to like a fan expo for a day and be a part of a...
Should I just pull up the stills? What we got?
Oh, do you have them?
I do. Hey, there's our...
there's our Teespring store.
Wait a minute, boom. Hey, there's us.
There's us.
There we go.
There's our podcast. Today. There's us again.
This is where we... Oh, okay. So
there it is.
There we go.
Okay, so Cinema Wasteland. Yes, we will be there April 8th, 9th, 10th, 2022. It's a fun film festival. It has horror films, grindhouse, sci-fi movies. They have a film festival throughout the weekend, a dealer's room. They have special guests. All the info is on cinemawasteland.com. It's a lot of fun. So we're preparing for that. And you could put us back on.
Mm-hmm. What about this?
Oh, and then, okay, so the Saturday after, the April 16th, is that what it says?
Yes, 2022. You can't read that?
Not from this angle.
Whoa.
Not from this angle.
Okay, better.
So it's at the Lorraine Palace Theater in Lorraine, Ohio. Sorry. There's going to be a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Film Fest with Caroline Williams, and we will be there, and we're going to help host a Q&A with Caroline. She was the star in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. She was the final girl, the cute brunette lady. Tickets are $25, and they're going to have food vendors there and other vendors, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
And surprises.
Yes, and surprises.
And also, hey, it's time to vote.
Yes, so we are on the Rondo ballot, and we need your guys' help. So you can go on rondoaward.com for all of the info on how to vote for the Mummy and the Monkey as your favorite horror film hosts. There's also other categories like favorite horror film, favorite magazine, favorite book, stuff like that. So as fans of the classic horror film genre, you can have your say. You can vote for us today. We have over 2,000 subscribers on YouTube, and we have 7,000 followers on our Facebook page. If all of y'all voted for us, we would greatly appreciate it, and we would have a better chance at possibly winning a Rondo Award.
Even getting honorable mention, like because there's always that sort of runner-up thing. I mean, we get honorable mention, but we don't get runner-up, right? We
have received honorable mention a few times.
Yeah.
We've been on the ballot 3 or 4 times now. It's tough. It's definitely tough, and we love the other horror hosts. So when you're friends with a lot of them, and then at the same time, everyone has their own campaign, hey, vote for me. But let's check some questions and comments.
Nora asked, is it possible to use Cast? Akron Horror uses it weekly. We watched the new TCM. I don't know what that is. A few weeks ago, live chat included. I don't know.
I don't know what that is, so I'll have to see what that is.
Yeah.
And they might have something where maybe they have some set movies they allow.
Hey Patrick.
I don't know.
Hey Patrick, how you doing?
Hi Patrick. Hi Louie.
Yeah.
Louie says I voted for you guys. Thank you. You guys got the Rondo hands down this time. Oh, thank you.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah. We got a dream, right? We got to try.
Yeah. Bargain Barons. We have a promo. Okay.
Oh, thank you. And Portal says I missed it. Where do you vote for the Rondo? So if you go on rondoaward.com, rondoaward.com, it's on the bottom of that picture. It has all of the info there. You would email your ballot. You can copy and paste.
That's a good one.
Yeah. And it's the category is favorite horror host.
Whatever. They get it.
But rondoaward.com is there.
Yeah, that's what we want to do. All right. Boot, 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 boot. All right.
So yeah, thank you guys.
Yes. And so we got all that going on. Again, a new movie this week. Maybe a new Stasha skit. No promises.
Maybe. We'll see if we can.
I got some inspiration today at the flea market or at the thrift store. So.
Oh, that's a good segue into the reselling part of this.
Ooh, here we go.
Because we're almost halfway anyway.
Okay, let's do it.
So let's do it.
All
right. We went to, and I'm going to share some YouTube shorts, some little short clips later on our YouTube channel of the Habitat for Humanity store.
Oh yeah.
We went to Habitat for Humanity in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's great because it's all charity based. They help people get affordable housing. They sell affordable things to fix up your house.
Yep.
Or if you need to get a furniture piece or maybe a cool picture to hang on your wall, they have things there that are very affordable. They even have some really cool antiques there.
And we also saw today when we went into the Habitat for Humanity that they are donating 10% of sales to benefit people in the Ukraine.
Yeah, so that's nice that they're doing some more charitable things.
Yeah. Is that okay to talk about? I didn't mean to
I think that's okay.
Why? It's very specific what they're
charity.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah. And it helps. It helps. Well, it's humanitarian. It's helping people out that need help.
That was interesting to see today. Bargain Baron said they ordered the classic design.
Yes, he's modeling it right now.
Ta-da! Yours will look better than this, I think. This has been washed a few times. No.
Yeah, I ordered a shirt for James, Bargain Baron's t-shirt. I'm still deciding on a t-shirt for me.
I can't wait to wear it.
So yeah, I did order one shirt, and then I was going to pick out one for me, or maybe a tote bag or something.
That's right, we got some Bargain Baron's merch coming. You can check out all their stuff on their YouTube. They have links to all their merch stuff and just good old fun watching the stuff. Their adventures on YouTube. Check them out.
Yeah, they're the one t-shirt's really funny. It says it's not hoarding if you have cool stuff.
See, I like that one. I hope you got that one. You said you don't remember which one you got me?
I have to look at I don't remember which one I picked out. I have to look. But there's some cute ones on there.
Okay.
Jack says, my wife watched one of your Stasha skits and said Yashu sounded like her great-grandpa who was from the old country. Aw, that's cute. The Habitat Restore in my town is awesome, says Hubert. Yeah, those stores are great. Sometimes you could find some amazing things. And the one near us, some of the volunteers that work there, because they're all volunteer who work there, they will restore old furniture and sell it. There was, you'll see in this video I upload later on, there was a radio cabinet.
Oh, yeah.
That they turned into a wine rack. It's like a wine rack, and then it has, you know, the shelves to put the glasses in. It's really cute.
To be honest, all they did was like bolt a wine rack on the bottom of this thing.
But it looks like the wood was like refinished
yeah, everything looked like it was all refinished.
It looked like it was brand new.
Maybe they stripped it a little bit, and I don't know what they did, but it does look brand new. That is true.
Yeah. It looked really good.
But that sign did say, it says, if you want to just get rid of the wine rack and make it back into a radio cabinet, just take the wine rack
Yeah, I guess the wine rack is removable.
Yeah, which is nice.
Which is nice, yeah, because it could be a radio with a wine rack. But it's fun.
We'll have to get back to you. Yeah, Marty, if you go on to our Teespring account, I think it goes up to, what, 5X, right?
I think it's 4 or 5X for Teespring. And so us and the Bargain Barons should have the plus size shirts.
Yeah, so check that out. I don't know what size you need, but if you need something special, just email us and let us know what size you need. We'll see what we can figure out.
Patrick says, is COVID going to affect garage sales much? What do you think? Actually, no.
No, it'll probably
Last summer, we were still hitting up the...
Yeah.
What's nice about garage sale season is it's all outside, so you're at least getting some access to fresh air, you know.
Now, well, to be honest, we did go ahead.
And cases have been going down in our neck of the woods.
We have that, and we've obviously watched a lot of the resellers on YouTube, and one guy just one of his videos was just about that, and you kind of predicted what, you know, guessed what he was going to talk when he mentioned the same topic about yard sales, why he thought they're going to be better this year. Couple different factors. One of them, maybe some people just didn't do anything over the last couple years because of the COVID.
Yeah.
Whether it was outside or not, don't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
But now it's like, you know, cases are down, things are a little bit more open, you know, it's a little, you know, we're on the downside instead of being at the peak again. And but not only that, but
with the new
tax
1099 tax laws or regulations or whatever you want to call it, where now if you and anything you sell online, you're supposed to claim your earnings. Let's just put that out there.
In life.
And anyone who has tax questions should go to a tax professional. We are not tax professionals. However,
if you make 1 penny off of any kind of a sale, whether it's, you know, selling your friend something, you know, and you made a dime off of it, you technically are supposed to
claim
that dime.
Yes.
I'm just saying that's just the way it is.
I guess there are some like sellers who maybe they just do it part-time as a hobby or part-time here and there to get a little bit of money. Some people aren't or weren't claiming things.
Well, but
and I think some people don't want to mess with selling online because of some of the eBay changes and because of some of the tax things.
Well, the honor system has to be involved here.
So some people might resort to just selling things at a yard sale,
right, or at a flea market.
Just to get rid of stuff, or at a flea market.
Flea markets might be sweet this year too.
Yeah,
Swappies. But the loophole there was, specifically with eBay, was like if they didn't send you a 1099 unless you made over $20,000, okay?
Yeah.
Now they're taking it down to $600.
So but even so, before that, let's say if you made $10,000 in sales in 1 year,
you're still supposed to.
Supposed to claim.
Yeah, they just wouldn't send you a 1099. But you know, if some people wanted, I don't know if ignorance doesn't matter. But a lot of people were, you know, going that route. Well, what they don't know might not hurt.
Yeah,
you take a chance of getting audited. But anyway, but now, forget it. I mean, they're going to send everybody that makes over $600.
Well, and then if you didn't claim that before, then you know, people may be audited. Like maybe if they were selling stuff and they weren't claiming it.
Yeah, I'm all about...
What's up, Earl?
There's Earl. He just gave me the headbutt. What are you doing, little buddy?
He just opened the door
and
just waltzed right in.
You want to say hi to everybody?
There's Earl.
Look, there's Earlios. Say hi to everybody, Earl. Look, Earl. He's looking down like, I don't want to be here.
He's like, what are you doing?
Hi,
Put
Earl.
me down.
He'll just tear my face off.
He looks bothered.
Yeah, he is annoyed.
Hi, Earl.
You came in here.
Hey, Mark.
Well, that's the way it goes. I mean, we're not going to get into the whole
we're not going to get into
income tax thing.
All the specifics there, but just giving you like a little quick.
Maybe we'll try to get Wesley Snipes on as a guest. He could tell you all about not paying your taxes.
Oh boy, yeah.
Anyway, but look, it is what it is.
So things have changed with that. So I think
doesn't mean we like it.
And maybe during the pandemic, less people were selling things at yard sales. Maybe there were less of them. So maybe this will bring out more people, wanting to.
I had
part with things.
Last year when I went out by myself that one morning, you're like, you just go ahead. Yeah. I had that really bomb adventure where I went to that one sale and nobody was there. I was like the first time I've ever been, and I wasn't even early. It was like 8 o'clock and almost 8:30, which is late when it comes to yard sales, right? And whatever, the woman was setting up and she had all this sweet stuff. Toys in the boxes. I got a GoPro Hero.
Oh, yeah, that's where you got the GoPro. Yeah, you got a GoPro for $10.
$10 because her daughter didn't want it anymore, and it's a perfectly good GoPro. We just bought 2 GoPros for like about $200 each. Yeah, like the week before.
That was really crappy timing because I invested in buying us 2 new GoPros.
I didn't know.
A week later, he gets a GoPro for $10 at a yard sale.
Holy mackerel! And I got a bunch of stuff. I think I might have dropped.
So now we have 3. Yeah, we have 3 GoPros that we can use. Yeah, but we have one as a backup.
I mean, why wouldn't you? I mean, even for $10, even if it didn't work, it's totally worth trying to see a gamble, and it worked. Fine.
Yeah, but anyway, we forgot to talk about what we found at the Habitat
for Humanity. We're going right
into that
right
store.
now. We're going into that right now.
So you found some old records. You were digging through these really old, moldy records.
Yes, I love. Well, I have usually.
Well, some of them were moldy, not all of them. But.
And they had a lot of the stuff that orchestral, Engelbert Humperdinck. No offense to Engelbert fans out there, and things like that. But nothing like no rock, no soul, no jazz. But they did have some polka. They always have polkas and stuff, but these were kind of interesting. And I haven't picked up any polka records, and we'll just say that these work good for Stasha skits. That's all I'll say. And these are promising. I got this one.
We love finding the weird, obscure polka records where, maybe it was a small pressing, maybe it was like a local band from back in the day, and they went to their local studio and paid to have a record recorded and made.
Bohemian Festival.
Like these weird indie labels.
Yeah, it's really neat. And I got some stuff for me.
It's just fun.
I got
we listen to all different music.
Here you go. Spicy polka and waltzes.
Wow.
Oh yeah, baby.
Check out their hair.
Spicy. So you'll be hearing some of this stuff
spicy.
On some new Stasha skits. And I got some stuff for me, like some old 1930s music, which I like to listen to. We both like this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this was from Pennsylvania. Yeah. 1982.
Fats Waller, Ain't Misbehaving. I like Fats Waller's stuff.
Yeah, and some of these are for our own record collection.
Yeah, good old fashioned, good fun, that, the 1920s, 30s type of orchestral. Not orchestral, but,
like jazzy.
Jazzy with the clarinet and everything. Like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Just stuff like that.
It's fun. And then
but the polkas are the gold.
Let's see, what else did I get there? So you found that.
Ooh,
do you want to show them that?
Yeah, this was this might sell for a decent amount. I've only paid $2 for it, but it's brand new in the plastic, as they say. Old new stock, a cassette tape case, the fabric kind. It initially sold for like $7 back in the day. They had it for $2, and I probably flipped this for probably close to 20. Oh, we'll see.
That's
look
cool.
It up, but it could be close to 20.
For $1.50, I found sterling silver. So I found that for $1.50, and I suspected that this little glass dish or ashtray or tray, whatever it is, that this outer part was sterling. Oh. It had the feel, it had the look, and I was looking for some marks, like a maker's mark on it, and I didn't see it right away, but when we got home...
Pocahontas, I like that.
It is marked sterling. Frank and Whiting and Company Sterling.
Hey, someone said we
04. I wonder if that's 1904.
Let me see.
It says 04.
Can I take a look?
It's old. It's really old.
Read Portal 2099's comment.
Pocahontas.
Well, not that one, but the other one above. This one here. Put one of the GoPros on the cats.
Put one of the GoPros on the cats. Oh no, that'd be funny.
Where do you see a dog?
We'd have to, as long as it wouldn't hurt them. I don't want to,
Can you read the name? Would the bargain barons be able to tell you?
I just read the name.
Did they say anything about that?
No, not yet.
It could be. It looks like it could be that old. It definitely is old.
It might be early 1900s.
It's neat. It's a candle holder? What is it?
What is that might be for a candle.
Anyone know what that is up there?
Oh, would a wine bottle fit on that? Like a coaster?
Maybe a wine bottle could.
A coaster or a tray of some sort?
It's round enough.
But, hey, that's sterling. So, in a pinch, hey, I could scrap it.
Hey, the big winner of last week's prize giveaway, the SeaTac, is in his. And he says, he has a Fats Waller signed 78. That's really cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Where'd you get that? I mean,
sorry, I missed the name, says Bargain. It says, where did it go? It's so faint. It took me a while to even find the maker's mark. No, okay, in the right light I could see it. Frank and Whiting and Company, CO. Sterling, and it says 04 Pat pending.
1904.
So, I'm thinking it's 1904.
Ooh, it could be. Wow,
I mean, that
really old.
Wouldn't be made in 2004.
Take that sticker off of there so they can see that crystally. Is it stuck on there good? Oh, it comes right off.
Yeah,
good.
Most of their stickers come
now they could probably get.
And it has like a starburst.
Yeah, maybe they.
Yeah, have like a starburst.
There you go.
Look.
Turn the other way. I'll tell you what. Slowly. No, other way. The opposite way of that, and then tilt it back a little bit. Up. You had it so you could see that thing perfect.
I see it. I see it on there.
Your whole egg.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
So cool.
Here's something I got last week that I was looking for to show the bargain barons, because I didn't get to show them this. But this is from the flea
that's
market.
right. You were talking about that
in
at the last.
Streetsboro, and I couldn't find it because somebody moved it, but it was found, and it's a box. God, this has got to be from the late probably early 1900s. The Defiance Button Machine Company, and it's an old box, but it's filled with. And this is a term I had to learn. I didn't know what these were called. I know what they are, but they are. I guess they're called aglets. AGLET or iglets.
Are those made out of brass?
They are some sort of metal, but they're very shiny gold. But they're the things that go on the end of like tassels or pulls, like on like at the end of a drawstring. They might have been used back then.
So for maybe corsets?
Or corsets, yeah.
Or that would be too big for like a shoelace.
Oh, way too big for
maybe
a shoelace.
Like a belt string or
so there's a whole
some type of string for clothing.
There's like over 60 of them in here.
Like a little like tassel end piece.
Yeah, an aglet or an iglet. But yeah, I don't know if you can see. There's a lot of detail on these things, but they're really cool. I wish they were gold, of course, but they're not. There's some kind of brass, or they're not brass, but there's some kind of gold metal.
Wow.
Foily metal, but they've lasted all this time. I'm pretty sure, because it says button covering, machines, button molds, metal buttons, buckles. So this sounds like something that they would probably have made, and they all kind of fit.
That's really different.
Yeah, and I have that up for a good amount just to see what I can get for it.
That's cool.
But yeah. There's a sterling and crystal wine coaster with star motif.
Whoa, almost 900 Canadian?
Uh-oh. What did you find?
Now, that's awesome. Thank you, Bargain Baron.
Boom.
Wow, I'm going to have to research that.
Dang.
For sure. Oh, I won't scrap that, though. Sometimes.
Frank M. Whiting.
Yeah, Frank.
California.
Oh, there is an M there. Frank M. I thought it was like Frank Lynn or Frank N.
She got you. She
Frank
totally
M.
picked up on it. Probably knows it.
Whiting and Company Sterling.
Whoa.
04.
Where was that sitting?
It was sitting
Christmas
with
stuff?
the glassware.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we'll have to see what the solds are. Maybe that's like a high asking.
You got your phone on you?
Yeah, but I don't want to.
Check it out.
We're doing
It'd be fun.
Let's continue on. I'll research it later.
Your eyes get real big on the air.
Let's continue on.
All right. So what did we find anything else at the Habitat?
I found a little Japanese doll for $10. Some of those vintage dolls I do well. This one's like a $10 gamble. I don't know if I'll sell her for a good price or not. She might sit on eBay for a while, but I'm going to clean her up and find a little dress for her. She's listed Japan. She has those really big, like Betty Boop eyes. Boop, boop, be-doo. Like the Cupid doll eyes. She's darling. So, yeah, I grabbed her. They didn't have any Barbies there. Nothing like that.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
We went to the VO. We went to a bunch of places the last couple of days. Probably overdid it, but I think we found some fun stuff. These guys I found, they're plastic Vikings, right? They're blow moldy type of plastic. Probably, I guess.
Those are cool looking.
70s. They have removable like weapons, which I can't believe are still in there.
Yeah.
But they're, like I said, they're plastic, right? When I Google searched these, Google image searched them, I found the exact same things, but they're brass. They're cast and metal.
Oh.
These are the only. I didn't see anything that said they were plastic, so I don't know. You know, I mean, I know these are obviously cheaper versions made of them, but I couldn't find the out. But you know, I listed them on eBay for a hefty price again, just to make sure I didn't underprice them, because that's the worst thing to do when you're a reseller is to put something up that you don't. You research and research, say you can't find anything, so you go, you know what? I'll just throw them up there. You put a price on it, and then they sell right away. You're like, uh-oh, did I underprice these? So if you start high, maybe someone will message you even. They go, you know what, dude, those are this. And
or you could have offers on there.
Yeah. But what you never, but what's, and sometimes you want to cancel the order and maybe you relist them and go, but so I have them up for a pretty high thing just until I figure out how much they're worth.
Bargain Baron says that he also saw another one, or they also saw another one for $65 Canadian. So the 900 might be a high asking price.
Ooh.
Yeah, that sounds really high to me because I sold a wine coaster once for like some type of big coaster. It was actually larger than this, and it was sterling, and I think I sold it for around 50.
Sterling.
I think I paid like $5 for it, sold it for 50. And then if you were to scrap the silver off of it, you would get even less, you know. So you're better, if it's in good shape, you're better off just to sell the piece like that.
Yeah. One of my big finds, actually, my big finds in the other room, one of them.
So, did you have any returns this week?
Me? No.
Yes.
Me?
No returns?
Me?
Yes.
I don't have returns. Me? Returns don't bother me.
So,
me?
No, but does anyone know
what is
what I'm
that
talking about?
from?
That's this guy.
I was like, who are you
It's
mimicking?
Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show.
Oh.
Who, a lot of people on Instagram, there's a sound clip of him talking about being high and how weed doesn't bother him. And there's a filter, though, that people are doing where it makes their eyes look red.
Oh.
And they just kind
So
of...
then they use that sound
Yeah.
effect. Okay.
Me? Weed don't bother me. Me? I hate weed.
Anyway, when I'm on Instagram, when you watch one of those things, all of them pop up.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of them. It's just funny because it's just different people doing
Yeah.
the same thing over and over. It's Instagram.
So no returns for me this week.
What about you?
Had some. It was like weird customer question week. So you just try to answer the best you can. I have some antique Oddfellows robes for sale in my eBay store, and there were a few of them that I actually sold to the Buckland Witchcraft Museum in Cleveland.
Excuse me.
And I had someone ask, because I had in the item description, you know, like, this is a great display piece. The fabric is fragile. It's antique. It's over 100 years old.
Right.
You know, see the photos. More of a display piece than for wearing. And then someone was asking me for the measurements and, you know, what the fabric was like. And I'm like, yeah, this isn't to actually wear around like you're cosplaying. I think someone thought they could wear it around like to Comic-Con or something. Like, I'm going to buy this antique robe and just wear it around. That's okay, right? And I'm thinking, it's going to fall apart, and then you're going to try to return it.
Oh, boy.
So, I don't understand why this 100-year-old robe just dry rotted on me.
So I'm like, you know, this is really more of a display piece, like a museum piece, a collectible thing. If you wear it around, it could fall apart, and I really don't want you to have to return it. So I think they're looking elsewhere for their costume, but it was just like, wait, what?
Look, I mean...
Maybe they didn't know what it was and they just saw this cool-looking robe in the picture.
That's better than make it, like you said, that's better that they don't buy it than if they buy it and want to return it. You know?
Yeah,
especially
because
if it's destroyed.
some I have listed for like over $100. I've got one listed for... The one he was asking about was $249 with free shipping. Because a lot of people will sell the buttons from those Oddfellows costumes. They'll sell like the little snaps or the little pins or trinkets, but to see the actual robe, like, you don't see that very often.
That's true.
Even if it's full of moth holes, even if it's over 100 years old and fragile, but to see that like intact is kind of cool.
Yeah. Very cool.
So yeah, that was my weird question of the week.
Here's now we went to the this is fun. This will be fun for everybody. So when we went out to a Goodwill, and the first thing I saw, man, we ran right back to the toy aisle. On the cart, as they were putting stuff away, I saw this guy. I'm like, oh, come to daddy. Now,
Gojira!
to find any Godzilla toy in the wild.
That's his Japanese name, Gojira.
Gojira. It's very difficult. Forget about it. You'll never find. This is not even like an American one. This is like a Japanese.
So which Godzilla is he?
I don't know. You know, there's no markings on it, which is weird, unless I'm not seeing them. But like on the there's like a stamp on the bottom of the foot, like, you know, you can't see it, but it's like a little printed on like number. But I don't see. Oh, there it. Oh my gosh, it's so tiny. I would.
Let me read.
It's on this foot right here.
Okay.
That's
Can
why
I see? Can I see his foot?
My thumb's caught in there.
Oh! Watch the tail.
But that is a good one, and they're talking about snack toys. They got their own show.
I was gonna go to the comments in a minute.
I want to try those.
It says something Toho.
Yes.
Is that 2020 on there?
It could be.
It's newer.
He looks newer.
Something Toho 2020.
But it's definitely worth more than $3.
I can't read the rest. It's real small print, but
yeah, I told you.
Some of it I can read. Oh,
baby, you have to let me grab it.
Godzilla took over the computer. Someone says it's Final Wars Godzilla.
Oh, is it?
Says Hubert.
Cool.
And then James Muscarella says, new snack toy alert, Hostess Key Lime Cupcake.
I would try one of those.
A Key Lime Cupcake.
That sounds good. I like the...
Maybe this Friday we'll try one.
Good idea. Maybe we will. But yeah, he was only $3, so of course I had to buy that, whether I sell or keep it. This is dang cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh, and the funny thing about this is that, so when this was in my cart, because like I said, we were there for about an hour, but there was one guy super hawking the cart.
Oh, he was staring the cart down. Like, he was like this.
Burning a hole in Godzilla.
Like, so he's got his cart. He's like this, like looking at James's cart with the Godzilla. Focused laser vision. Like, he wanted your Godzilla. He had Godzilla envy.
Usually that happens to me when guys stare at my butt. But this time they were staring at my Godzilla, which I was like I was like,
Pardon me.
I'm trying to wiggle, and he's like not even checking me out. I don't know if I'm losing it.
Oh my.
Damn.
Oh my.
But my big scores today, we went to a Value World, and it was half off day. You know,
they sent us an email saying that it was a secret half off sale.
This one particular location,
but they were giving everyone the half off discount.
Yeah, that's
which is kind of funny because we thought we had to show them like the email.
Yeah,
we thought like, oh, shh, it's a secret. Here's my discount.
No,
they were just giving everyone the discount.
They do send coupons like that to people that are, you know, members, whatever.
Yeah.
They'll send you a 50. But this one was for any. But the thing was, they have 2 locations in Ohio, or in Northeast Ohio, and there might be other places, I don't know. But only the one we went to had the 50% off. That was, so if you knew, you knew.
Yeah. So out of they used to have 3 stores and 1 closed.
Yeah.
Like, I think they had issues with the building. Because the last time we went,
my God, yeah.
The last time we went into that one, this was in Middleburg Heights, that Value World on Pearl Road. The whole building smelled like mold.
It was gross.
Like, it was really bad. I couldn't stay in that store. It was like really bad to even breathe in there. So yeah, I think they had issues with the building and closed the store.
But today I found 6 Disney princess plush dolls from the Disney store.
Ooh.
They're 20 inches tall, and I bought all of those. They were $4, but I got them for 2 a piece. We spent under $30 today.
Yeah.
You got some more Bratz.
I got a baggie full of a couple Bratz dolls and then some other little toys. So it'll be fun to sort through that small stuff.
Yep, and I found some really cool stuff. Now this is one of those bolos, as you would say. If you're out there and you're like electronics, reselling stuff, if you ever see a USB parallel converter, which is the parallel port, you know, the old SCSI port, whatever they call that. I think that's the right term for it, for the parallel. It leads into a USB.
What'd you call me?
Hey. They would never call you that.
I'm just kidding. No, but that word sounds... SCSI. It sounds like something dirty, right?
Well, it's an acronym for the SCUSCI, whatever it is.
It doesn't sound right.
But this is an adapter, like, you know, a converter. These are worth great money. I paid half of $3.83, like $4. I paid $2 for this. I looked it up real quick, you know, but I already know that they're good. But this is like maybe $40-50, depending on how, you know, depending on who needs what. But definitely, it's definitely over a $30 score for.
It's great.
And the best one I ever found though was I think it was, this might be different than the Scuzzy, the Parallel, I don't know. But whatever the hell I had was in a package. I bought for $4 and sold it for $200.
Some of that old tech, because there are people who collect the like retro computer stuff. There are people that will try to, and those old like Apple IIe's and those old Apple
Any
computers
Apple accessories
from the 80s and 90s are like really hot. Like
Yeah.
they're super hard to find, and the value is going up on some of those.
Any of that
Same
iMac,
with like some of the old video game stuff.
any iMac stuff, especially those those like candy colors that they had, those semi-transparent ones.
Oh,
like,
from like around the early 2000s.
Yeah,
I remember those.
Late 90s. And that stuff, like the puck mice, everything like that's a $25 if you know $25 easy. I mean, I bought one the other a while back for like a few bucks, and it flipped like overnight for like $25. But this was another good find there. It was in the electronics. It's a Zune player, a 16 gigabyte Zune player.
Zune. See, they used to a long time ago. I used to work for EB Games. They were later bought out by GameStop, and they used to sell Zune.
And this one's a 16 gig. I looked this one up. I don't have the power cord, but I will have one. I ordered one. It was like $6. I paid maybe 60 cents for this because
it's
they told me that it was like $1.83, so half off of that.
They only made Zune for like a few years in the early 2000s, and they don't make them anymore. And there are people that still like them, so they some of them go for like over $100.
And
for one little MP3 player.
This one, if it charges up and is good, it could be on a real good day $100.
Wild. And I looked through that same bin. I didn't even see it.
Right away. I was like, oh, what's that? I kind of know what that is.
Like, you have the eye for certain electronical pieces.
And I found another. What is it? What's the name of that the player? Not InDesign, but it's another MP3 player. But you said it was a lower end.
Oh yeah, it was like a generic store brand.
But
one.
it's loaded with 80s.
I can't think of it right now.
But it works. That one I have a plug for, and I was listening to those washing dishes before.
Yeah.
And it was great. I mean, it's loaded with like 500 rock tunes. I was like jamming to it. It was so good. But that was like a few bucks.
Oh, but when you sell them, you're supposed to wipe out all the songs when you sell MP3 players.
I will.
You're supposed to like not have any music on it.
Exactly. I'm not selling the music, but yeah, I gotta see if that one goes for anything. But the Zune, I have to. Next week I'll know if it works or not.
Cool. All right, so with Godzillas, with toys, with Zune, with selling on eBay, we have to make sure everything looks good for in the pictures.
Right.
So when
what is it you calling it?
Oh, from mold to
sold.
From mold to sold.
It rhymes
there
better.
You go.
From mold to sold.
So like with some action figures and Barbie dolls and some small toys, heck, even that Godzilla, sometimes when we pick things up, they smell moldy or they have like a weird odor to them, and
cigarette
smoke, yeah. And when you're selling online, you want things to be as look clean and nice, presentable. You don't want any weird odors because people have allergies. Some people are sensitive to things like that.
I'm the same way with people.
They might complain and try to return it. So you want it to look nice and be presentable. So I joined several doll and toy collector groups on Facebook just to try to get information on how to take these smells out of certain toys and dolls.
Happy National Barbie Day, by the way.
Yes, and it's Barbie's birthday today.
That's right. Happy birthday, Barbie.
Barbie is 63 years old today, and she looks damn good.
Happy birthday, Barbie.
She looks
all that plastic surgery.
She looks great for 63, right? But so these are some dolls and doll pieces and parts.
It's like Clorox.
No, you cannot bleach some stuff. It will
It'll definitely kill it though.
That would kill the germs. Maybe Clorox wipes might help a little bit to kill the germs, but it could still have that mold odor. I have these sitting in baking soda. So I have some dolls that can be very valuable if I can get the smell out and get them to be in better shape. So I have them in baking soda in a plastic container, and I'm going to let them sit like that for probably a month. probably a month or two before I can even like clean them off, before I can even try to take pictures. So it does suck. I try not to find stuff like that, but then there's some things that we find where I feel like I have to rescue them. So that's what's going on right now. And I don't dare open them. They're gonna stay like that for a while. They're just you know, taking a baking soda bath.
Oh boy!
But some people were
that
saying
need that.
like not to.
Does it work on people?
Maybe some of the people of Walmart, but
they do make that. What's it called? Like ball powder for guys. That's like that. It's like a talc.
Did you just say what I thought?
You can dust the boys with. Yeah, this is an adult show. We can say ball powder.
To dust your nether regions.
Yeah, to keep them all dry and you know, I don't know. Bargain Bears was going to say something about a plastic surgery. You know, to our plastic sort of joke about the Barbie stuff. I think it's just right there. I had to say it. Marty says he likes the Vikings, even though they might smell like Grimm's
like
farts.
yak farts.
Oh.
I Febreze my used guitar cases. They smell smoke and funk.
Oh man, that stuff's so hard to get out. And that's,
yeah, it's hard to get those odors out.
We've run into a few times where we were like salivating over the stuff that we were finding, and we're like, yeah, I spent like $100, and you get it home, and it's like reeks of cigarette smoke, covered with nicotine. Mm-hmm. Oh my God! And you're like, why didn't I realize that was going on?
Sometimes vintage suitcases or the little vintage travel cases, the train cases, like they're really cute. They look like they're in good condition, but then when you open it, it reeks of mold. So I'll put like a box of baking soda in there and just let it sit for months before I could even do anything with it.
Rob and Karen say that you can also use some activated charcoal or newspaper to absorb the smell too.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a time thing, but you have to do it. It's
seems
not
like
overnight.
It takes a long time.
You have to let it's a process. So if you're going to, especially if you're going to buy something you know it's bad, and you want to try to fix it, be prepared for that time. I mean, I'm thinking about at least a month. Yeah. Some other friends of ours who collect, who are a big comic book, well, they're in the business, but they also collect comic books. And they, from time to time, will get some books that are moldy and they have that basement mildew into them. And it's obviously absorbed in the paper. So their technique is to take the comic books and put them in basically, like you're saying, a bath of baking soda. But the trick there is you can't just throw the comic in there. You have to literally put a
baking
layer of
soda
in
between each page
so that it absorbs the odor, and leave it in there for a month.
And then shake it out later. But like clothing you could just wash or put out in the sun to get fresh air, and that usually kills that. But like, yeah, with certain things it's like
absorb those things for decades.
It's kind of tough, and then it might be so moldy where you just have to throw it away. Like there were some dull pieces and parts that I felt bad for, but they were like covered in green fuzz, or I'm like, you're just going in the trash. I can't, because like my allergies and my sinuses, like no one should be breathing that in. It's like no good for anybody.
Mothballs. Oh, they'll smell even better. Then.
Oh, mothballs are really bad. Ooh. I hate the smell of mothballs. Oof. I'd rather have the moths than mothballs, honestly. Dryer sheets, it takes some.
Maureen Campbell says they use laundry dryer sheets. We've heard of that technique too.
Yeah, we've heard of that.
Ozone generator could be good too.
The smell of dryer sheets. Some of those perfumes, I'm like, I can't.
Rick Fisher recommends it. I've heard of the magic of ozone generators. They used to even make car spray that was called ozone or something.
Oh yeah.
That would kill smoke odor and things like that.
I remember that. So we go from that, some moldy stuff in there to being
Gillette shave foam.
To being this.
Ooh, from mold to gold.
Yeah.
That's another one you can use too.
From mold to gold, where they're fixed up, I fix the hair, I make sure their clothes are clean, and then I could take pictures of them and they're going to look cute for the picture. A collector that sees that might think, oh, that's really cute, I want that for my collection. Mm-hmm. So the same goes for like some of the He-Man toys I was putting on eBay, where I was... maybe they were covered with dust and dirt. I would go and give them baths. I would give He-Man and his friends a bath. Even Skeletor.
Oh, they're making mothball jokes out there about how they're so small.
Yeah, I'd rather have the moths than the mothballs. The smell of mothballs is really gross and probably not good to be breathing in.
Someone's James Musgrove was asking how I'm doing with my cold. You tell me, James. How do I sound? Do I sound better? I feel a lot better.
He is sounding better. A few days ago, he sounded really gravelly.
I can't even imitate it. It was just when you know how a cold will just tear your throat apart and rearrange it and make you sound like you've never sounded in your whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's just literally just a good old fashioned cold, which I said on the last show that I haven't had a cold. We haven't had colds in 2 years because of the.
Well, now you did.
But I just found if I knew at some point it was going to catch up.
Yeah, so he's getting over a cold, and
But I'm good.
a week or two before I had a sinus infection. I think the weather doesn't help either.
No, from 70 to 30, you know, it's crazy.
Yeah, we get this weird flip-flop weather. It'll be like warm one day, freezing, cold, and snowstorm the next day.
Yeah, Mark Ball says the Hangout movie's perfect. Can't wait. And then we're going to definitely do a hangover. We got Janet came up with a really good topic. For
the Hairy Scary Hangover?
Yes.
Oh, what was that topic?
Oh, remember, I'll tell you.
It's here somewhere.
You want to say it?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, you want to read it? That's right.
Yeah, Bela versus Karloff.
Ooh.
Who was the better actor?
Karloff. Sidekick.
Lugosi versus Karloff. So that'll be the Hairy Scary Hangover topic for this Friday night after we host the Hairy Scary Hangout. It'll be episode 155 this Friday.
Wow.
So that's going to be fun.
Oh, we're already at over the halfway point of
Yeah.
closer to 200 episodes.
Getting closer and closer to
Crazy.
200.
We got to do something really good for 200.
So, I just wanted to prove the point that, yes, it can be easy to sell things online. Yes, it's fun to sell things online. But it's work. It's work because you don't want to be that guy selling a stinky, moldy item. You want to have it nice and clean and nice looking.
You got people already reacting to your topics. Save your comments for
And
the
have
hangover.
it looking nice for the buyer.
From mold to sold, baby.
Yeah, from mold to gold to sold.
Sold's better because it means that you're selling the item.
Yeah.
Gold's good.
Well, you know what I mean anyway.
I think people like that the topic. So you teased it a little bit. So y'all formulate your thoughts, get them ready for Friday night. We'll discuss after the hangout.
And then James says, you do sound better. Try using a steam vaporizer.
I've been using
Vaporizer, like a humidifier?
Yeah. To
Oh,
loosen
we'll have to
everything
get
up.
a bottle of like you have
Booze.
to use, no, you have to use distilled water for those.
I don't want to. The hot showers are good. I take at least one a week. And then Vicks Vapor Rub I like a lot too.
And then Bargain Baron says James went from cold to gold.
Well, getting there. I'm definitely getting a lot closer to feeling
Yeah.
100%. But oh boy, it was miserable. It's just I don't know. Not my favorite thing. I don't know who likes having a cold, but I
And
really hate it.
if you guys enjoy this video, please give the video a thumbs up. We do appreciate you guys. You can also hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and click the bell for notifications. That way when we go live like this, or when we upload a video, you'll get a notification so you don't miss anything.
Yeah.
I will be uploading some YouTube shorts either later tonight or tomorrow morning. We did upload a video of Earl and it got like 2,000 views. I think there's something to the YouTube shorts. I think people are liking those.
Yeah. So we should make our Mummy and Monkey's Hairy Scary Hangout like a minute.
Just cut the movie down to 1 minute.
The 1 minute show. God, we should try to do
That
that.
would be hilarious.
That's it, guys. Good night. Bye. Woo.
Just cut it all down to 1 minute. Bye.
Spiced rum. Oh yeah. Well, I had a couple hot toddies throughout the with a little Jack and
I made you soup with garlic and onion
and Jack Daniels.
And then you had I would make tea and put Jack in it with honey for you.
Toy Painter. I do have a bottle of that. I have the Old Smoky salted caramel whiskey. I do have that, and I did have that, and it was very. I had that in some tea with honey, and it was really, really good.
Or if you put, a friend of ours told us about this, if you make a cup of tea and put a cough drop in it and let the cough drop dissolve, it like melts. And when you sip that, when your nose is stuffy, it's so nice.
I had the black tea. I think it was that Paul Newman's organic black tea.
Yeah.
Let's get the specific. I think it was a Ricola. Either that or a Hall's honey, Vapo type of cough drop. Some actual honey.
Yes.
Local honey, and a shot of the Old Smoky salted caramel whiskey.
Well,
That's just
it's
a nice
still
drink in
whiskey,
general.
so it's still a hot toddy. Yeah.
It was delicious.
Hubert says hot toddies are better than NyQuil.
They are.
Yeah.
In all kinds of ways. Jack Daniels was the first. Yeah, we definitely have that on tap.
Mm-hmm.
We got that.
Yes, a minute of horror. You could break each movie down to its most basic plot.
We should totally
then edit to a 1 minute movie. It would go
we'll do that.
wildfire.
See, I think that I've got to do that.
That would be so funny.
We're gonna do the 1 minute show.
The 1 minute show. 1 minute movie. The Mummy and the Monkey's 1 minute movie.
Minute movie. Minute monster movie.
Maybe play it like a couple days after we do the show.
Whatever you want to upload it. It could be funny.
That'd be so funny.
Look out! The end. That'll be really
I'm
great.
Picturing it, and
it's
making me laugh. See,
I like when this reminds me of having meetings and brainstorms with other creatives and stuff like that. I love it.
Yeah,
I miss it.
It's fun.
So yeah, I think we got something there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bargain Barons,
Thank you for the idea.
For the yeah.
This is making me thirsty. So far and
thirsty for water? No. Something else. But this is just water today.
Yeah, just water for right now. What else was I gonna say?
I was gonna talk about.
We talked about the show.
We're gonna go
appearances. We talked about eBay stuff. We talked about fixing things up to make them sellable on eBay.
But you were talking about, you brought up the thing how Bargain Barons has the one video you saw, they had the memory.
The hair wreaths, the morning jewelry. Or not hair wreaths, but the morning, they were like brooches.
Morning jewelry.
With the little strands of hair inside.
Yeah, I've never
They had like a glass cover.
I've never seen those. I mean, I've never found any of those in the wild. We know someone that has those things.
There is one flea market vendor where I did see them, but he's asking, top dollar for it. It's a little more than what I would want to spend.
I may have discussed this before.
If I found them for a good price, I'd probably pick one out.
This is kind of a morbid story, but it's something that...
Go for it. Let's tell them the story.
That haunts me to this day that I did not buy. Because I probably would still have it. And it's and I know I think this kind of correlates because the hair jewelry and stuff, kind of the morbid curiosity thing, right? Mm-hmm. This was probably in the mid-1990s. There was a flea market that I used to go to. And... this vendor had now see the reason why I didn't buy it, how do you authenticate this thing? But anyway, here's the story.
Yes.
So he had a shadow box, right?
Yeah.
And it had this big braid in it, a braid of hair.
Like a woman's
braid.
Did it have like a ribbon or?
I forget, it may have, but it was just a partial braid. I remember it was kind of curved.
Okay.
And
was it brown, brunette?
Brunette. It was brown.
Okay.
And it had like a little plaque in there, and I wasn't aware of this event.
I meant to say blonde or brunette. I said brown or brunette.
That's right. I wasn't aware of this event, and I can't remember the name of the ship, but Bargain Barons might know this because it's actually happened in Chicago. There was in 1915, I believe it was, there was a party on a boat by Western Electric, which was a big, and you see them all the time in the old movies. They provide the sound for old movies. Western Electric was called.
Oh yeah, you would see them in the credits.
They had a huge party on this boat, right? It was docked. It wasn't even it was on the river. And something happened to where the ship capsized. Uh-oh. And a lot of people drowned. It was really sad. They actually, just within the last 10 years, unearthed some footage, newsreel footage of them pulling people out of the water. Really, morbid stuff, People that had, died. A lot of women drowned because they were wearing those big dresses from back then.
And it was hard to swim.
You couldn't swim in those things. And once you got, the waterlogged, you couldn't move. Well, this plaque said that this braid was pulled out of one of the we call those things, not the propellers. Sorry.
So it was on the ship's propeller?
Yeah,
her hair got caught in it.
And someone lopped it off, and somehow it survived, and they framed it, and they had this little... And the guy wanted $75 for it, I remember that. And I thought that was, back then I was just like a punk kid, I was like in my 20s. I'm thinking...
Bargain Barons is asking, is that the Eastland disaster?
The Eastland disaster. I always forget.
And what year was that?
I believe 1915. If I'm not
okay.
mistaken.
Yeah, so they would still have the long dresses then.
Yeah, it was the Eastland disaster, and it was supposedly a big braided knot that was, and I was gonna tell the guy, I talked myself out of it because I think I thought, well, number one, it was $75 was too much. I was too cheap, and I still am, but if I saw it today, I would totally buy it for $75. part of me wanted to run to the ATM because I didn't even have that much on me at the time.
So this was like in the 90s you found
Yeah,
it.
and I just kind of blew it off because I was thinking, how could you even authenticate? I think some things went through my... But man, I kick myself to this day. I wish I would have bought that. I mean...
It's like cool, but then it's like sad.
Super morbid.
Because you're like, oh, that poor girl.
Curiosity thing.
Yeah, or poor lady, whoever that hair belonged to.
But it may not even have been that. Maybe somebody just made that. I don't know.
Or someone just cut their braid off and then had a really cool story.
But, you know...
Did it look old?
Look at Bargain Birds. Ooh, morbid. Yeah, but it looked old? It looked like really...
Like it looked like it could have been legit?
That old hair look, yeah, it looked pretty old. But
that's sad.
That was in my younger years of flea marketing, and I was doing it, I would have just had it to have kept, and I would have probably still had it.
Yeah.
But man, if I still, I search for it, see if it pops up anywhere, but I can't find anything.
Yeah, that stuff you don't see that.
It would have been weird. It would have been, but...
Yeah, I don't know. It might have some bad...
Mojo?
It might have some bad vibes to it.
The thing was, too, I would have probably bought it if I was familiar with that actual event. It wasn't until years later, with the internet, I could actually look it up.
To research and...
Quickly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I could have went to the library and looked it up.
But it's really made a lasting impression because I still remember it.
I think someday I'm going to run into it again. It's like a really weird thing I have with this one thing that
Maybe it's the lady's ghost, talking to you from beyond the grave.
That was one of those things I realized was a very unique piece. I mean, much like these memory things, the stuff we're talking about, that the bargain barons, find it from here and there. But it's the same type of thing,
Yeah.
I mean, it was related to some tragic event. And but someone was able to salvage that, and if it was real, man, that would be wild to have. But, anyway,
it's a thing. It exists. You didn't make it. Owning it doesn't necessarily glorify its origins.
Right. Exactly. And I wouldn't be.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It would be very I would have I feel bad about it. You know what I mean? But it would be nice to be able to preserve it. For
historical purposes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And
for all I know, it's in a museum now. Who maybe someone
I hope
did
so.
donate
I hope
it.
it is in a museum somewhere.
That would be great.
Or maybe a historical society acquired it.
But that was a real tragic event. It's really, you just can't believe it.
Well, and that's what makes me wonder. Like we go and we find all these old photos, and you see old antique photos, and it makes you sad because like there's no family that's claiming them. Like people forgotten about them. And I think that's what's really cool with bargain barons. They find these old antique photos and they hang them up in their house, like as if it's their new adopted relative. And it's kind of fun because even though you may not know who that person was, it's like you're kind of keeping their memory around.
I told you from my earliest I can remember, I always wished if I had one superpower would be and I forget there's actually a term for it, but be able to touch an object and know its history. I would love that. I think that would be, I mean, I've always been fascinated. And I kind of, when I do find these old things, I've always fascinated and wondered what was going on in that photograph or this old piece of furniture. I just feel drawn to that and wonder about it. I don't know what that is, but it's just kind of just being weird, I guess.
John says, what's that store in Lakewood that sells all the cool morbid stuff? I think that's Cleveland Curiosities. I think they're still around.
Ooh.
Yeah, they sell a lot of taxidermy items, a lot of antique items, a lot of morbid things, but it is interesting. It's just not all of those type of things I would personally collect, even though I love Halloween and I love stuff like that. This is my own opinion, and everyone can have their own opinion. That's totally all right. I love animals when they're alive and living. I'm not really a fan of keeping, like, a taxidermied animal around, but that's just me. So, let's see. Yep, that's it. Okay, so that was the name of it.
What's that?
Cleveland Curiosities.
Oh, the shop.
Yeah, I think that's the name. Yeah, he said that's what.
Yeah, that shop. Was. Yeah,
they have a lot of taxidermy items.
Oh yeah. I didn't get to go in yet. I'm not a big taxidermy guy, so I don't care.
Yeah, like some of it looks cool, but
if it's not it's not a hunk of human hair that was fished out of a river. I mean, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm weird.
Personally, I mean, like most of our stuff here is fake. It's prop skeletons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We do have one that's, where did your, oh, here he is.
What, the skull?
Yeah, he might be like an Oddfellows thing.
Well,
He might be from like a fraternity
I
thing.
think we got the final word on the mystery of the thing underneath it. That it is just weighted.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't need to be, it's just heavy
it's not
plaster.
a real skull. It's like a heavy plaster skull that was possibly used for like an Oddfellows, like their ceremonies or whatever.
And it's really wicked. It looks cool as hell. But the weird thing about it, what we didn't understand, was shown on the bottom, is there's this like metal cap.
And when you shake it,
shake it real good. Yeah.
There's like stuff that sounds like it's shaking in there.
It sounds
we
like
thought maybe
sizes
someone put ashes in there.
Yeah, we don't know. We didn't, because it almost looks like a little varnish or paint can, you know, a little mini one that's in there.
Yeah.
But a lot of people were telling us, oh, it's weighted, but it's heavy plaster. Why would you have to weight heavy plaster? I don't understand that. Why not just make the whole thing plaster?
Yeah, it's really cool though.
But it turns out it's probably just a weight.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, sand or something in there, rocks.
But you know, your imagination goes all over the place, and we're like, oh, maybe it's someone's ashes. You know, maybe they put something in there. Maybe it's, you know.
And the weird thing about it reeks of. It smells like brimstone, like
matches,
sulfur.
Yeah, it smells a little bit like a matchbook.
Because I guess they use it smells like matchbook matches.
Yeah, it makes your hands smell a little
sulfur.
bit when you.
But they put sulfur in the gypsum in the plaster, so that's part of the comp. It's not. Karen
would love it. She loves the taxidermy. Oh, cool. Yeah, I mean, everyone's different. Like, it does look cool. I understand why people like it. I just, we love our little cat friends. We love our animal friends, alive and well.
If you have, I think it looks, you know, if their house,
and yeah, if you have like they have that, you guys have the really cool like Victorian house, and that it fits in with that decor really well.
Yeah, taxidermy in a 50s house would look.
Yeah. And I can see if it's like vintage taxidermy where, you know, the animal's been gone for 100 years, you can't really rescue them. I get that like with vintage fur. Sometimes vintage fur I'll buy, but new fur I wouldn't buy. So.
I don't know the difference.
Just collectors.
Oh, someone's asking if they have a
someone's
website?
asking if they
like if they sell online, yeah.
But you guys fix up the furniture stuff, right? You guys sell furniture sometimes, so that's
locally
really cool.
they will.
Yeah, locally they
sell
sell
pieces,
it.
I think,
yeah,
or whatever. But they do a lot of stuff for their house and all the little knickknacks and things they find. Go up on the wall or whatever.
Like when you look at old episodes of the Munsters and the Addams Family, sometimes they would have taxidermy animals like set up in the house, and it looks cool in like a creepy old house setting, like a Victorian house. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't fit us.
A stuffed owl.
Wow, an owl.
But I got some taxidermy upstairs. I still got those birds.
Did you ever list those?
Want me to show them? Should we show
them? That's up to you.
I can go grab them. I don't know anything about them. I can't.
We were gonna probably sign out in a little bit. Yeah, because it's almost 8:30.
Okay.
We've been on over an hour already.
Wow.
It's wild.
Okay, so you go Bargain Bears.
I want to open store. I also work full time though.
Oh.
Need to grow the YouTube to the point where I can quit my job. Then we'll have one.
Gotcha. Yeah,
ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of resellers are doing that stepping stone thing where they're using their sales and their their YouTube channel to actually finance some other projects.
Yeah, so there used to be a podcast that we would listen to religiously called Scavenger Life.
Oh yeah.
And they were husband and wife resellers.
I'm gonna grab those.
That also, so they were selling on eBay for a really long time. And then they decided to invest in property. They owned like 2 Airbnb houses. So they had some rental homes they would rent out like as vacation homes. And then they also invested in a commercial building where then they started up with some partners of theirs, a coffee shop. So then eBay is the stepping stone. Like it wasn't their main source of income anymore. They were able to sell enough on eBay to save up some money to invest in property that they could rent out and get income. And then they were able to use the income from the rental properties and eBay to step it up another notch and buy a commercial building and open up a coffee shop and then rent out the other spots in the building. Like, how cool is that? So yeah, they had a really good podcast for a long time, and they quit the podcast last year. So I miss Scavenger Life, and I hope they're doing well still.
All
But
right.
yeah, they're wrapped up in their new business ventures, where I guess they just decided to end the podcast.
Right. So here's the only piece of I've had this for a little bit now, probably over a year, because I don't know how to ship this stuff. But there's two birds. One looks like a chick, some kind of a chicken, a little baby chick.
It looks like a baby chickeny, like a baby chicken.
And this one is some kind, I don't know what kind of bird that is. But one is on a wood base. The chicken is on what looks like a plaster. Oh, did they at least slide back?
I wouldn't take them out of there.
Oh, I'm not.
Maybe leave them in there.
But this is on like a chalkware or plaster base, the chicken. And I mean, there's no way for me to tell how old these are. I don't think anyway. But the eye in that chicken's really nice. It's really nicely done. But yeah, I don't know. It's I'm afraid to sell these online because I don't know.
Maybe locally? Maybe
Yeah.
you could sell them locally to someone.
Maybe to that shop.
Yeah, there you go.
But I have to figure out what the value is. I don't know how to sell these things, but they're really interesting. I mean, they were $20, only $20 at a Goodwill, believe it or not.
Maybe they didn't realize that they were that they were organic. Maybe they thought that they were fake birds or something. Because I've never seen those at a Goodwill until you saw those.
It's kinda weird.
I mean, it looks like something they wouldn't sell.
Not necessarily.
So maybe they didn't realize that
I don't know, bargain barons just seen
they were made from real animals or something.
No, they're real. They were real.
Yikes.
But there's my taxidermy.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, someone was asking about the new channel we might be a part of. We cannot say the name yet, and we're waiting to go over more details about
The new or the
about
maybe.
about
Yeah.
the red tape.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of how to word it, like how it would go. So we have an idea of what we want to do for this new show, for this new channel, and it would be a subscription-based type of channel, like an on-demand thing, similar to maybe Shudder or like Netflix, which would be really cool if this, goes well. We want everything to go well. So yeah, we're just waiting to hear what the details are, and then we're also behind the scenes trying to think of other costumes and other props we can make for like a separate setup than what we have here.
Let me tell you, if we do this, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's still going to be Janet, Decay and Grimm Gorri.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a different spin on our, I don't know how to explain it, but you'll see. It should be a lot of fun. And whether we do it for this or something else, I want to do what we got planned. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah. So that's all we have for that. We can't Roku. Yeah, it might be on Roku. We don't know yet.
We don't know.
Yeah, we can't say the channel name. We can't go into specifics because we're still talking over. We're still in talks over specifics and what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I don't know. I'm psyched about it if we get to either. I think we're gonna do something with it either way.
Yeah, I think if this doesn't, worst case scenario, if this doesn't work out, it might be something that maybe we could do
As a pay event.
Separate or as a paid event, or
Yeah.
maybe like a straight to video type of thing.
Mm-hmm. You know what? That's even because that's a good idea because yeah, I'll tell you why because
Yeah.
there's so much cool stuff. But
Yeah.
anyway, but
Mummy's
thanks
the
Bargain
word
Barons
for it
for the bird compliment and for thinking that or giving us the support here that if whatever we do next will be awesome. Well, we hope so.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Woo.
How can I be entered in the contest? So Friday, Jason, we're gonna be live streaming Friday night at 9:45 Eastern time. So all you have to do is be in the chat, and I will write your name down if I see you in the chat, and you have a chance at winning a prize pack. We're
Very
gonna
simple.
give away another sticker prize pack. So yeah, it's you have a better chance of winning a little prize from us than you do from winning the lottery.
So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth it to watch just for that.
Yeah, if nothing else.
If nothing else. Are you guys still going to be the Mummy and the Monkey?
Yes.
Always.
Yeah, for
we
sure.
will always be the Mummy and the Monkey.
Yeah, the brand is always the same, and it'll just be a different format of show. I mean, it'll be a written show. You know, it'll have it won't be live, obviously, but so we'll have a little more fun with our situation. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
With the Mummy and the Monkey situation will be should be interesting. We think it is anyway.
Yeah. All right, King. Well, we're going to wrap it up. We've been yik-yakking a while now, but thank you so much for watching. And yeah, hit like, hit subscribe. We do appreciate all of you. So as Janet Decay would say, good night, good fright. Mwah. And stay safe out there.
All right, and Grimm would say, see you later, alligators. Well, not like that. He would say, see you later, alligators. Anyway, here we go. And 3, you got to do the block hand thing?
3, 2, 1. Bye.